Thank you, Akshay, Saurabh, Neerav. Neerav was at his sparkling best today. Thank you. So what is the Rotary Foundation? Just like in your clubs, you have the Rotary Club of so-and-so, but parallelly you have a trust. Most of you do. Similarly, Rotary International is the administrative arm, and the Rotary Foundation is the charitable or the giving arm, right? They call it a foundation, we call it a trust. It is that organization through which Rotary does good in the world. All the funding of any good work or service-oriented projects or scholarships is done through the foundation, not through Rotary International. Rotary International is only the admin arm. Now, one piece of news which is quite radical, and some of you who are familiar, we have a lot of young presidents who may not be familiar with the concept of district grants and global grants and other grants. In the Alpha year, there are going to be no district grants. There are no freebies being given. We want you to think big. We have been repeatedly harping on this. Think big. Concentrate on CSR. Concentrate on CSR for funding your projects, but do not neglect the Rotary Foundation. And I'll tell you why you shouldn't neglect the Rotary Foundation. You remember, who can tell me what is the Rotary Foundation best known for? Anyone? Put up your hand quickly. Great. Now, do you know when Rotary undertook eradication of polio, long after that, many Western countries and developed countries did not have polio in their countries. Yet, they continued to donate the largest sums or the largest share to the polio cause only because there were countries like India and many other, that time, developing countries who needed this funding. So what this shows is the internationalism of Rotary, number one, and number two, it shows how selfless Rotarians are. It doesn't matter where the problem lies. We have to help each other. And only when humanity realizes that can we progress. So just because polio is eradicated in India, it doesn't mean that we stop supporting the Rotary Foundation. Just because the Rotary Foundation is giving a raw deal nowadays as far as global grants are concerned, doesn't mean we stop dealing with the Rotary Foundation. Because the Rotary Foundation, if Rotary is in our hearts, the Rotary Foundation is the soul of Rotary. And remember, if it wasn't for the Rotary Foundation, Rotary would not have existed for 115 years like it has now. It's only because of the work the Rotary Foundation does or helps clubs do that it is known as Rotary worldwide. No one is interested in just the club. It is interested in the work it does, and that's what the foundation enables. So have a large heart. Hopefully this terrible phase and the policies will pass, and we'll be back to the old ways of the stupendous matching which the grants afforded. I know the problem is temporary, but I hope the policy is not. And I urge everyone to really support the foundation in our coming year. India, from being a receiver and hardly a giver, is now amongst the top 3 givers in the world to the Rotary Foundation. So give yourself a big hand for that, right? And we must not stay in the top 3, we must take the topmost position. And to that, 3141 has to play the largest role because 3141 has always been at the forefront of the Indian effort for Rotary Foundation. Either we are number 1 or number 2 at worst. So we will protect that fiercely, and we will be number 1 by a margin where no one can even come close to us. And that's our commitment to our trustee, Ghulam Mohanwati. Does anyone know what the highest collection in the district 3141 has been so far? Anyone take a guess? Total collection for the TRF? Get up and speak, please. I can't hear. 3.95, a tad under $4 million, right? So you know where we are headed. I don't need to tell you a target, but that was the highest target. Records are meant to be broken. If we set a record with the help of all our presidents and clubs, I hope it's broken immediately the next year. But records must be broken. We must aim and achieve higher and higher and higher. We have 36 AKS members. Does not befit the status of our district 3141. Only 36? Come on, we can do much better with that. What is the population of Mumbai? 1.2 crores. And 36 AKs, all we can find? I'm sure we can do better. So put on your thinking caps, steel yourselves, think big. Don't think of paltry donations only. Of course, every drop counts. Think big. Our team is there to help you to make presentations to any potential AKS donor. So, to sum up our discussions, you've heard about what the Rotary Foundation does. You've heard the kind of recognitions it affords. And let me tell you, many people will say, oh, I don't want any recognition. Don't take that at face value. People love recognition, okay? And you must motivate them and inform them of the recognition they get. Whether it's a family trust giving you the money, whether it's a corporate giving you the money, we will find you ways to afford recognition to the individual who's actually giving you that donation, especially if they're family-owned companies and family-owned trusts. It can be done. We've been veterans at the Rotary Foundation. We know how to get the money and give the recognition also. And at the end of it, the silver lining is the Hall of Fame in Illinois, Evanston, where if anyone achieves a status of $250,000, their picture, the couple's picture, is put up permanently for posterity. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a wonderful afternoon and the Balance 2 training session. There are some housekeeping calls which Saurabh might want to make. Saurabh, you want to make some housekeeping calls? Thank you and see you soon.